He's a K-pop demon hunter.
Vaping is not Sigma. Don't let me find out that you vape. If not, you're gonna feel my Sigma power.
Every time I go to the public toilet right, in the mall, right, then you go inside the cubicle, then you smell the blueberry blast. Vaping is like, anywhere I just quiet vape, I go toilet and vape.
Yeah.
Say no to vaping.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Hot Pod where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Nick.
I'm Q.
I'm Joey, and today we are diving into a more serious topic that's been making headlines recently, the rise of something called KPods. You might have seen videos or even come across people on the streets acting in a dazed, zombie-like state. It's a growing concern in Singapore, so let's talk about what's really going on.
And joining us today is someone who's been actively spreading awareness about vaping on his TikTok page. He's also a former social worker, and he's very well loved by the teenagers. Let's welcome Runner Kao.
Yay! Welcome.
Hello. My name is Runner Kao. Yes, I'm a father of two P4 and P6. And I was an ex-social worker, and I used to counsel families last time. Before I evolved to become a content creator nowadays, I get people not to vape for a living. Say no to vaping.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're the anti-vaping ambassador now.
No lah. Unofficial. Not
那个是
really official.
AVA.
No, does
Anti-vaping
that make you
ambassador.
a K-pop star?
He's a K-pop demon hunter.
To be honest, a lot of young people, they already give me the nickname. That's what you mentioned.
Really?
Yeah, they really call me K-pop demon
I'm a
hunter
young
nowadays.
Actually, that's quite a...
Actually,
Not bad,
we
not bad.
are very trendy. You know what's going on.
Soda part.
Actually, just to set some context, right? Because maybe some audience don't really know why these kids are approaching.
Oh, yes.
Like, it might sound very strange, right?
Yeah.
He's actually very popular amongst the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did that even happen, actually?
I believe because a huge majority of the young are on TikTok. Yeah, and my videos does go viral on TikTok on quite regularly lah. So every time they saw me, right, they will already know I'm a familiar face to them. They feel like I'm already a friend because they see me on their screen so often. They will always approach me to like just say hello, just high five, and we'll strike out a conversation out of nowhere.
The videos always, Runner Kao!
Yeah.
It's very cute because sometimes when you're streaming, they'll stream snipe you, right? They'll try to find where he is, then they'll go and find him in that location.
Yes.
Then I've seen your reaction to them, right? It's always like, hey, you find me so fast.
Yeah.
How you find me?
Yeah.
Like friend like that.
It's very friendly, and I think because you are a familiar and safe space for them, they feel like they can talk to you.
Yeah.
You've done such a great job at being someone that they want to be friends with.
He's dropping all the slang, Sigma, Alpha.
Yeah.
Ever since a lot of young people has followed me on TikTok, especially, I always have a regular conversation with my wife that how to make use of my accidental fame to provide positive influence to the young because they are watching me on a regular basis. A lot of times, right, if they approach me, I tell them, hey, vaping is not good. They will find it very like irritating. Like, why are you lecturing me saying
Nagging.
vaping is no good, whatever. But if you say, vaping is not Sigma, then after that, wow, they will suddenly, wow, so happy. They will laugh about it. They will say, no, how come this uncle know how to use Gen Z language? So they will be more curious to what I have to say.
Is the reason for why you're doing so much vape content because you have sons?
I've been like sharing a lot of issues for more than a year now on the topics that are trending, that are affecting the young people on a regular basis. So there was a period where I talked quite often about bullying. A lot of bullying cases here and there, and also young people following a lot of nonsense trends.
Well, for the past few weeks, it's all about KPods.
Yeah, you know,
lah.
trending is all K-pop.
Yeah. So to start off the episode, let me just give a TLDR on what KPods are. So KPods refer to illegal vape pods that are laced with potent sedatives, most commonly etomidate or ketamine. These substances are used as anesthetics in medical settings, but when inhaled via vaping, they pose serious health risks. So some symptoms are disorientation, staggering, slowed speech, and confusion.
Okay, so to put it out there, right, it's not just the vape pods laced with these sedatives that are illegal. All vapes in Singapore are illegal. But then when I first saw these videos, right, then I realized that, okay, this is when the landscape is going to change.
Scary, oh?
I feel like that was the turning point where now our government and authorities they need to clamp down.
Yeah.
Because vapes have been illegal in Singapore for like since the start.
Yeah.
But then I feel like it wasn't really properly enforced until recently when, the K-pop videos started becoming like going viral and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
What was your first impression of the videos?
I saw the one on the MRT, like where he got up and then he walked forward and then he fell backwards.
Yeah.
That one was very scary because given how the climate is nowadays, right? You don't know whether you should help or not because you don't know if it's a skit. You don't know if that person is dangerous. And you can see even after he fell, people didn't really react either. So you cannot guarantee that when you are passing out, you will be in a safe environment. Yeah.
I saw the CCTV one of the mum with her 2 sons. Then it's just like she's very sad that her sons are like just incoherent.
For myself, I believe this issue, the vaping issue could have been around for quite some time, but because this is happening to young people, that's why the KPod thingy is more being highlighted. Because whenever things happen to the young, right, we are more alert and we are more concerned as a general public.
And also with adults, they might have better ways to manage the dosage. Like when they are kids, they don't really have any idea how much they should take. Not that adults can do it in a controlled environment, but as kids, there's a higher risk that they will abuse it more.
Yeah, because as young people, I feel that every time I got new and exciting stuff, right, we listen to our peers. We always wanted to try and take a lot of risks. Last time we also used to try a lot of nonsense stuff.
What was our generation things?
I don't do anything.
I walk in rivers infested with jellyfishes. Yeah, and
Singapore got jellyfish.
Last
time, I when I was young, I follow a lot of people, my friends especially. They like to take dangerous routes in the jungle.
Oh, that's very niche.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I also love to explore.
That one a bit more wholesome.
Wholesome. When I hear stories of people gonna sting by jellyfish and then gonna die or
Then just
everything,
need to pee lah, right?
No, our time was the sniff glue.
Oh.
Yeah,
Put in a plastic bag that
glue
they-
sniffing was
yeah.
big.
I thought you good boy. And then
No,
how come you know so
hear,
much?
how you know?
No.
Because during my assembly at time, then they say.
Channel 8 also, they kept talking about it.
Yeah.
Like
Smoking
sniffing
also.
glue, smoking, and also muscle relaxant.
There are young people who are being caught for smoking, for vaping over the past few years or so. But I believe it's because of the KPod. There's this thing is really being brought to the forefront. The side effects is really, really like what you see in the movies. This is really mind-blowing,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, really concerning, especially for parents like me. Yeah.
It is very worrying because you are not with your kids 24/7.
Yes.
And also, it is proven the harder you grip on them, the more they will want to rebel and find their own way.
Agree.
Actually, since you've been chatting with a lot of teenagers on the streets, right? Do you know how people are getting KPods or not?
Yeah, Telegram. Because as you all know, Telegram anonymous. Yeah, so the people that are selling, they can hide their identity pretty easily as compared to other social media apps. And recently, I actually heard a lot that there are sellers trying to peddle after the school dismissal, where there are a lot of kids just come out. Then the vape sellers will try to convince the students, by getting them to try. Some even trying to offer them free ones. Yeah.
It's giving kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yes, even worse is primary school also kena. Primary school.
It's
young.
terrifying.
Yeah, even the news also got reported. The Fairfield Methodist School, the news was reported that a P4 student was being approached by a vape seller. I was like, P4 also want to target. This one really young.
So you mentioned the news, right? So here's what was reported about KPods. So they are known to be openly sold on Telegram channels. HSA has removed over 600 Telegram groups since April of 2024, but vape sales still persist on Telegram with channels reaching 20,000 plus members. It costs between $50 to $100, so it's not the craziest kind of like out of reach amount for people in school, right? But over time, obviously, like once you get addicted, then that expense will spiral lah.
Yes.
The typical demographic, common to hear of 13 or 14-year-olds who vape regularly. Many psychotherapy clients aged between 15 and 25 started vaping in secondary school. So it is an addiction that has persisted into adulthood. How people are smuggling in based on Reddit and other kind of online forums. Vapes are hard to detect because the shapes are so varied, unlike cigarette packs, cigarette packs.
Also through AirPod scanners, they actually show up like portable chargers or shavers. So what a lot of people used to do is they would mix it with their toiletry bag, so it looks like a shaver.
And then typically what happens is, they will try to smuggle in over the causeway during peak hour. So high traffic, then you cannot really check every single vehicle. People smuggle in through like fishing trawlers, small boats and things like that lah. So a lot of it in Singapore is coming in through Malaysia.
So crazy how the teens are spending so much money on this. Like, where are they getting the money?
If you are already high, okay, you will not care about the money. You'll try to gather the money to be able to get one so that you'll feel the same high again and again.
Yeah.
It's
So
giving a
there's-
bit like Maple Story last time or like Harbour Hotel. Last time I used to love
The
buying.
A-cash?
Yes. Then,
Yes.
Then I know
bit different.
yeah, it's very different, but it's relatable because
I was waiting to see where you were
I
going.
needed money.
If you show them a calculation of how much they spend, I think they'll be scared. Because if you say $60, right, you average, then they have 4 a month, that's already like $240. That's a lot of money for kids.
Yeah, last time I calculate my Harbour Hotel credits and I was shocked.
Different.
This
No,
one,
I spent a lot of money. It was really like few $100s.
How about hotel you buy what?
And I
The
was
furniture?
only P4 Yeah, I buy furniture then dance.
I think what people neglect is also when they are already dependent on it, they are in a different state of mind.
Yeah.
They start finding all ways to get it. So they will either take things from home to sell, they will start stealing from friends, parents, school. And I feel like the generic consensus from the public is they don't empathize that these are people who are probably ill-informed. If it's an adult, not to say that we're not empathetic, but they have a better sense of what's right and wrong. But a lot of these kids, they don't. And they are trusting an adult that's outside their school. And they probably like, there's cherry flavor. There's like all these different flavors to entice them to do it. We cannot stop people from wanting to buy because the interest will always be there.
Yeah.
So what is your goal with your content?
You mentioned, right, the flavors of the vape, they are really packaged in a way that is very appealing, like to young people. They name it flavors like lychee freeze or mango blast.
铁观音啊.
Correct.
I don't
How did
understand.
they come out with all these names? Yeah, so this will give people the illusion that this is not harmful.
Like candy.
Yeah, even the odor is not as strong as cigarette, ma. So they assume that I'm just taking in vapor. What can it do to me? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for myself, right, the most important is to inform and educate on my part to dispel all the myth they have been learning from their peers, saying like K-pop is nothing one lah. You will not suffer from it. Just try it. You will never ever get addicted. Actually, no. Everything can get addicted on. Yeah, even I myself, right, I'm addicted to running. If I don't run, I'll feel very sad. So addiction is actually applied to everything. It's whether the addiction is a positive addiction or negative addiction.
Yeah, and actually a lot of KPods, right? The people who are trafficking KPods and the people who are selling KPods to you, they can lie to you that there's very little ketamine or like etomidate inside, right? But then you don't know how much is inside. They are basically like medical anesthetics to kind of like knock you out in surgeries and in procedures actually.
And the irony is that these people who sell are likely not common users, because if they did, they wouldn't be sober enough to sell.
And they don't care whether you're addicted or not. They just want to earn money from you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So as someone who has been going around educating on vaping, right, what are some insights?
Every time I talk to them, I learn new things every day. Just like recently, the kid told me there's a difference between K-pod as well. Oh God, he told me there's a difference between dirty pod and clean pod. He said if you take K-pod, which is only mainly like etomidate and ketamine, right, you will not behave like a zombie as what you see in a lot of viral video. You still can make sense of reality, just that you may be a bit dizzy, a bit drunk like that. Yeah, but if you take like dirty pods, which is the one that's laced with additional layer of ice, is in the market regularly as compared to the clean one. The clean one is almost no longer here already. So that's why you see more and more cases of people turning into zombies.
That's the issue with things like that. When business is booming, they start to want to find ways to cut costs. And same with the epidemic in the US we see, right? There's a big fentanyl crisis because they start cutting drugs with fentanyl. It will lower the cost, but it strengthens the addiction and reliance on the user, and it's faster. So the effects are faster, and that's why they keep going back to buy. And the rate at which the business will grow because they're sharing it, right, will also multiply. And that's what I find like very scary about it.
Question pod.
Okay, Runner Kao, you can go
I just
first.
take one. Who is the first person you will turn to and confide in?
My wife.
If I don't say it's my wife, right?
Yeah, I will
I go
kena
back,
one.
I will kena, and I will sleep at the sofa. So it's my wife.
His wife is in the studio, by the way.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, my
wife.
wifey. Yeah.
Good
You must say
answer.
it's your wife. If not, that is not Sigma.
Yes, correct. You're right.
Yeah, damn skibidi you.
What does your favorite self-care routine look like? I like to do my annual financial forecast.
That's self-care.
Yeah, by the end of the year, what are some financial milestones that you should hit? I like to revisit that every now and then when I have a bit of
I
time.
thought you like to use Torridon face mask.
Oh, I do like Torridon face mask also.
Isn't
But I
that
can do both.
self-care? Oh, together.
Yeah, so I sit my
concurrently.
laptop, then after
Nice,
that, face
nice.
mask.
Torridon financial forecast. I love that.
What's one of your comfort foods?
I think it's curry Maggi.
Chicken wings.
No.
No.
Oh, prawn-based chicken.
Yes,
Ha
ha
Cheong
cheong
Gai.
gai.
Ha Cheong Gai.
Yeah. What was one of your worst haircuts? Secondary school. I don't know which year it was, but my hair mushroom, bro.
No, but was that just the trend at that time?
No,
You look like Jing Zheng Gu, is it?
my hair was straight up. Like I will be in the mala steam there for you to go and take and choose. I look like mushroom, bro. I really look like mushroom.
Inoki mushroom vibes.
Okay, going back to KPods, right? Why do you all think that KPods had become so widespread?
A lot of them, they try it out of peer pressure. So because everybody is trying it, everybody's trying out talking about K-pop. So if I don't try, I feel that I will not be able to fit in. And everybody don't want to be my friends. So that's why they feel pressured to actually give it a go without the insight that they might be addicted. They just think that I just one puff, nothing will happen to me.
There's also the impression of it being harder to catch because it's now under the Poison Act.
Oh, like
Yeah,
the punishment less severe.
Yeah,
lah.
it's not classified as a drug.
Okay.
Like, because I believe that Minister Ong Ye Kung did mention that they want to reclassify it as a Class C drug. Then the punishment will be more intense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like in the past few years, right, ever since vape started becoming popular globally, I feel like we were a bit slow to react. Like our society was a bit slow to react in the sense that it was always seen as like a less harmful alternative to smoking. It was always seen as like, oh, more convenient also. I can vape anywhere. It's just water vapor.
Yeah.
It was normalized to the point, right, where I've heard that like some friends who are working in smaller startups and SMEs in Singapore, their office allow them to vape in the office. And because it's illegal from the start, so there's no designated vape point, right? So people just vape wherever, indoors and all that, right? That it becomes even easier to get addicted. Because smoking, it has to be like, oh, I need to go to the smoking point. Whereas vaping is like, oh, anywhere, I just quiet vape, I go toilet and vape.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the like public toilet in the mall, right? Then you go inside the cubicle, then you smell the blueberry blast. Then you know like someone had been
Nice
vaping.
enough. How's
there.
the smell? Nice enough.
A bit gross.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's like the car air freshener.
Yeah,
but I
correct,
know
right.
the toilet will not smell
What
like
about
that.
Tae Guan Ying?
I don't like. So then I feel like it's because of all of that, right? That there was this huge undercurrent of vaping in Singapore that nobody was really like addressing. And then when the vape started being laced with all of these more harmful drugs and chemicals, then that's when it spiraled out of control because now there is a real tangible negative effect on our society.
Yeah, I think it was just very normalized back then.
Yeah.
And then you could see people, sometimes they pull up their shirt, then they puff it inside their shirt.
Which is such a turn off, leh. Like it's a bit of an ick.
huh?
It's a bit of
Yeah,
ick.
yeah.
It's like you have zero self-control over your addiction. Whereas
that's-
like smoking, people still have the discipline to be like, oh, I cannot smoke here. And in 20 minutes time, then I will go to the smoking point and I'll smoke. Vaping is like, no, I must vape now.
It's a bit of like them not having self-respect.
Correct.
It actually goes beyond that, There's vape arts. So people, they do smoke rings as competitions where they will make art with the smoke.
Oh, then they do this.
Conventions.
That's
There's actual conventions where they learn how to blow art rings.
Can I just say that that's the most unattractive thing ever? Like if someone just
Okay, don't. People cannot screenshot this.
then they must push the
Yeah.
They
no,
push
they
the
got
thing.
art one, and then they can draw. Some of them draw,
Kyle, have you ever met a kid and then they actually vaped in front of you before?
I mean, directly in front, no. But I have spotted quite a few, for example, at overhead bridges. So they are still trying to be hush about it. So when I spot them, right, I just give them a stare or whatever, right. They will very, very quickly slide into the pants. After that, disperse the smoke. Then after that, act as if nothing happened. Then after that, just walk away.
Yeah. Most people hide it like that
Yeah.
and then they look like they're sucking their thumb.
Yes.
But it's so obvious.
Yes.
And it's very true. The barrier to entry is a lot lower because with cigarettes, your fingers smell like that. Your breath will smell. And there are a lot of people who hide smoking from their families, right? They know 1 hour before they go home, they cannot smoke. Otherwise, their parents will be able to smell. Whereas with a vape, right, you can literally do it at your front door and your parents won't know.
Yeah, and this has grown to the point of so brazen that they are daring to smoke right in front of MRT and the mall itself. So that's when I realized the problem actually quite major.
It is. Have you seen people without their vape? Like there's so many memes. When they cannot find their vape, their whole room, they're needing to find it.
Yeah. Correct.
And a lot of people like to say that they have it under control, that they can do without it. But I know of like people who every time they go overseas, right, they need to make sure they get stocked.
Once they
Touchdown,
land,
touchdown.
straight away, like, where's the vape shop?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
clearly there's reliance. And there's been so many people who have come out and say like, dude, popcorn lungs are real. Like, this is harmful. And people are like, yeah. I mean, look at cigarettes. We have photos of babies and feet and lungs that look deformed and people still buy it. I think at the end of the day, we want to feel like we are in control of our decisions. If it's a bad decision, at least it's my bad decision. But the scary thing now is that children are being looked into
I
it.
feel like a lot of people who make the argument that, oh yeah, it's not as bad as smoking, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times it's because you're refusing to look at the facts that are already published. And then you just like, oh yeah, I don't know. So it's a bit of an ostrich effect. If I don't see the truth, then it's not that bad.
Vaping is significantly less harmful than a cigarette, but 10 to 15 puffs of a vape is one cigarette. And people puff way more than that on their vapes. So essentially, without even knowing, right, you are smoking multiple cigarettes.
And just to add on, I believe it's so dangerous at this point is because not just vaping, it's because I have, in the past when people smoke, they have never ever lose sense of reality. I've never seen any cigarettes that cause people to walk like become zombie or whatever. So nowadays is the danger is being elevated because people are getting into accidents. Yeah, because they don't know where they are going or what they are doing. So they will rush into oncoming traffic. Or even there's a case of a 19-year-old girl like falling from a car park. So this makes the KPod, which is even more lethal, immediate danger, I would say.
How do you think this is affecting our society in Singapore actually?
Actually, I'm very happy there are a lot of content creators out there. I mean, a lot of people with handphone are able to record these incidents, post it online, and this problem can be escalated, and there will be more urgency due to the videos, due to the viral videos being shared online. So if not for all these videos, I believe we might not be even sitting here discussing this topic.
It's true. I mean, the fact that we all know the effects of smoking cigarettes, and yet there are so many people in our lives, we know at least 10 people who smoke. It is so harmful and it has proven to cause cancer, and yet people still do it. So by that fact already, we know we cannot stop people from doing what they want. But I think that people posting the effects on social media can help deter someone because they don't want to end up like that.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like we are entering a phase where people are starting to call it uncool. So like a lot of influencers are shaming people like, you're so lame, damn stupid. And you don't want to be called stupid and lame because the idea of vaping is you want to be cool, right? But when there are people who are dispelling this and say like, no, it's damn lame, like a loser, like a zombie. Unfortunately, we have to shame these behaviors in order for the kids who are impressionable to be like, oh, actually, I don't want to be uncool. Yeah.
Just to translate what you share, it's not cool, right? But how I shared with the young people, when you use vape, you farm zero aura. Yes, so that's when they will laugh about it, find it funny, but at the same time, they know what I mean.
You minus 10,000
Minus
aura.
10,000, you farm zero, you get negative aura. So that's when they feel, wow, I don't have aura. Okay, I better stop.
I want my aura. Actually,
They find
protect
aura
your
points.
aura.
Actually, you've been going around shaking hands and making people promise you.
Kind of.
What's the process like? Like how do you go up to them?
This
Like,
is very spontaneous. So
Okay.
whenever I come up to people, whenever I walk out, so when people come up to me, right? So since we're already chatting, why not add one more line? Okay. After we chat finish, okay, you better promise me to never ever vape. Okay, don't let me find out that you vape. If not, you're gonna feel my Sigma power. Yeah. So that's normally how I communicate with the young. No? Yeah, even yourself find it humorous. Imagine the kids. The good thing is I know they understand. So I will just use it. Why not? Yeah, have a laugh about it.
just now, Joey mentioned about influencers shaming people, right? So there's this influencer we all know, Nicole. So she recently posted on TikTok that the government should stop spending money on influencers and marketing ads and instead give CDC vouchers for reporting and exposing people who are part of the vaping community. Do you all think that it's actually kind of a good idea?
Singaporeans, right, if there's one thing about us, right, we like to bao toh. And we like to bao toh secretly. And then now, bao toh with money, I think people will
they
do it.
happy, yeah.
Yeah. If this thing come to fruition, I think I'll do my live stream more regularly so that I can earn lots of CDC voucher and talk to people. Hey, who is vaping? Tell me, I want my CDC voucher. Yeah, but I believe like this might be subjected to abuse, no? I believe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a good
because you
idea.
can lie. You can actually drop like a vape
You can
cartridge into
plant.
someone's
You can
bag and then
plant.
like
You
vape.
Actually, I was very intrigued by the vape bin. You know
Yes.
like they put the bin there, right?
yeah.
Yeah, like how come? Why would people throw there rather than just throw down your rubbish chute?
No, it's like a reminder, ma. It could be, Atomic Habits.
Okay, someone
The
you say?
book, the book, the
Yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah.
So when you're reminded of something, then you naturally do it. For example, recycling bins, right, are a reminder. So for example, if let's say I'm drinking from a bottle of water, instead of throwing it in a bin, I see a recycling bin, I'll do it. Because it's
Oh.
there.
So it's like my vaping, then I like,
I suddenly
bin.
feel like want to be a good person.
yeah, I should stop lah. I should stop.
Yeah.
This
then
is
you
not
throw.
me.
Yeah.
But I saw some comments online. What would stop someone to break the lock?
I don't
There's
know.
cameras, so they said the cameras are to catch people who are stealing from it and abusing the bins, but they will not be used to prosecute people if you hand over your vape. That's what the minister was
It's
saying.
damn gross. Like, okay, imagine if you are someone who vapes now, right? Then imagine you go and buy vape from your Telegram dealer tomorrow, right? But his vapes are all from that bin. Then he just bring home, then he
clean.
just like wipe a bit with tissue, right? Then he sell to you.
Damn gross. Damn gross.
The good thing about the bin is after you throw, right, you'll not be able to see how many whether there are vapes inside.
Oh,
But can feel?
Can feel, but I never try lah.
They
I believe
chain to
can
the
feel.
pillar
They chain to
also,
the
yeah.
pillar, but if you just pick at it, right, you'll see nothing. I believe if government just ask you to throw in any random dustbin, right, this
People
may
will
give-
start digging
Oh,
bins.
people will
Yes,
start
they'll
digging in the
digging
trash
to look
Yeah.
for vapes.
Damn gross
And also, if you are already addicted, you throw in your own dustbin. What's to say that at 3 a.m. when you need it, right, you won't fish it out and do it again.
But do you think that the bins are actually gonna work for...
better than nothing lah.
Singaporeans.
I think
guess.
it's a step forward. Sometimes it's like you can technically you don't have to do pregnancy announcements. It's the fact that you're doing it and announcing it, that act is what makes it ceremonial. In that same way, when you are denouncing something from your life, when it is something so serious and mandated by the government, you will feel a sense of accountability also, I feel.
Yeah, and since the bin is out there, it's also serve as a reminder to people that vaping is bad and vaping is illegal.
So, Ka, with your experience as a social worker, how do you think we should approach getting people to deter from using KPods or vapes in general?
Yeah. I realize that a lot of young, especially my kids, they do look up to influencers. As compared to last time, we look up to celebrities as well. Because I still remember when SARS happened, that was quite some time ago, where the celebrities are trying to remind us to wear masks on TV, in multiple languages, also in dialects. They'll be able to reach out to the young people. So nowadays, when I talk to my child, right, they are following influencers of what they do, what are the good things they do, what are the bad things they do, and the message they are trying to send. And in a way, they are able to receive it better.
Do you think that we're supposed to paint it as like, it's damn gross, it's damn uncool?
Eee.
Yes.
Like, you're damn gross.
Eee, then lame.
Yeah.
I think you need to make a song. You know, that song
SARS is
is
a
the virus
virus.
that I want to minus.
Minus.
So you need to make like
Yeah, I
your,
can
actually
imagine
my
you doing
little
the
soda
song.
pot. I think you should do that.
Yeah.
It will be good to be able to make more awareness of the resources that are available for people who are trying to quit vaping or quitting KPods in general. So there is actually a HSA helpline that a lot of people are actually not aware of that will be able to help the people who are quitting with information, counseling, and help as well.
Okay, so I think it's important to reiterate and emphasize that these KPods are very harmful, not just for your physical health, but also have detrimental effects on the loved ones around us. So if you or anyone you know is currently vaping or taking KPods, there are professional helplines and avenues to seek help, like what Kao had mentioned. So take comfort from the fact that recovery is possible. So thank you for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
And a huge thank you to Runner Kao for joining us. Thank you for sharing your insights.
Yes, remember, vaping is not stigma, okay? It's not cool. No cap. Yes.
Negative 1000 aura.
And we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.
Tung 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 sahur.
They all taught me a lot of brain rot stuff. Like suddenly come out with a term, tong 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 sahur.
You know,
Tung
tung tung
tung
tung tung sahur, right, is Italian brain rot, but it is an Indonesian tradition. So it is this wooden block that they hit to tell people it's time to sahur when they are fasting. So this became famous during Ramadan. And now there's a tung 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 sahur toy. Like little children in America, right, they hold this Indonesian Muslim artifact. It's very interesting.